It's the motherfucking player haters. Oh, yeah.
Player haters.
Oh, hey there. Glad you guys could join me today on another episode. I can't remember if I'm calling this one the player haters ball or it's obviously a podcast. I can't remember because remember a couple of years ago when I did the whole like player position previews stuff. I think I called that it's obviously a podcast. Therefore, I don't know, but welcome in everybody. I also cannot remember if last week I donned the Father's Day gift. I think I did. I I, I could have went back and actually watched, but I decided mentally that I wanted to just showcase some of the jerseys that I have because they hardly ever get worn. So I gotta showcase this powder blue. Okay, this bad boy right here, and check it out, Goldie. All right, this was another gift from the wife. For those of you that remember, Jordan up in St. Louis, he used to be a part of this thing we call the Player Haters Ball. Helped facilitate the purchase of this, and then we got to wear it up there in St. Louis when Goldschmidt was actually playing there. Speaking of him, he has been on fire. I wanted to pick him up. I didn't really know where I would put him, and I thought Bryce Eldridge was actually the answer. And obviously, if you guys have been watching, I just dropped his ass again. But I believe Jason has him. So kudos to Jason. Let's get into it, shall we? So I believe I've already once this year kind of singled out one individual. And I felt like, you know what? I kind of enjoy focusing on one team in particular sometimes. And I think I want to do that. And I think the first team obviously was Shane. And I gave him a little bit of, pump up, a little bit, momentum. And let me tell you, he is not disappointed since. And let's just say he is going out there and he is just taking advantage of all these players that people are dropping that are trash in their eyes. And then all of a sudden, here they go. They're doing what they should be doing or what the previous owner expected them to do in his pitching staff. But I'm not talking about you today, Shane. I'm talking about Ashton. That's right, the newcomer, the young man. He just pulled himself out of the depths of 12th place. Ray, unfortunately, was just placed there gently by me. But Ashton now is looking at 10th and doesn't look to be stopping. And he's got himself a pretty decent team. And he just took down Jason, okay? And I've been praising Jason here in the past few weeks about how much I think that his team is on its way to accomplishing a goal that he, and myself included, have yet to accomplish, and that's earning the Franklin. And Jason, Ashton said, hold the phone. Now, let's get into that matchup. 9-3 was the score, and this one, not really even that close. Ashton dominated for the most part in batting. 7 runs, 5 home runs, 32-19 in the RBIs. Now, Jason took the stolen bases, 262-233 in the batting average. The OBP was almost what? That is what? 0.55 of a difference. Very close in innings pitched between these two gentlemen, but Ashton, like I said, he's got a pitching staff. He got 5 wins. Jason only got one. He got 6 quality starts, lacking a little bit in the save plus holds. I'm not even sure, looking back now, if having Mason Miller would make a difference, that much of a difference. Yes, having Mason Miller on your team does make a difference. But when you're pitching for a shitty, it's so funny. It's like he actually would be well better suited this year with the Athletics, and they would probably be. I mean, I think that they're kind of in a playoff run, but the fucking Padres are ruining having Mason Miller on their team. Whereas the Athletics would be benefiting because they don't really have anybody. That Elvis Alvarado, he is dog shit. They do not have a bullpen. They would probably love to have Mason Miller back on their team. They probably need to pick up the phone and be like, can we get him back? Because I don't know if y'all know this, but we're doing kind of good this year offensively, and our pitching is kind of good too. They got that JT Ginn, they got Perkins, they got this Gage Jump. If they had a bullpen arm, ooh, watch out, but they don't. They traded him away, and now the Padres, they suck. So, I mean, I'd be making that phone call. Be like, hey, we kind of want him back. Can I do that? Anyways, I mean, money talks, trades, whatever. Anyways, Ashton, 9-3. He had a big week from Luis Garcia. I wanted to talk about, I forgot to talk about or put him on the thing. He was one of the people that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, Luis Garcia put up some big numbers for him. Just all around, just solid production from people that, kind of wouldn't expect necessarily. Luis Garcia, you definitely expect it from guys like Bryce Harper. And some stolen bases from Cedena Rafaela. I always forget how to pronounce his name. But yeah, all around pretty decent. Now, Jason, again, the aforementioned Goldschmidt, he was one of his main offensive producers this week. There was Max Muncy of the Dodgers. Trey Turner, little, turning it around. Kyle Schwarber did not put up, the 15 home runs that he does every week. He'll do it this week, though, for sure. And again, pitching staff. Chase Burns had a rough go of it. So did Logan Gilbert, but all around pretty solid. But yeah, when you got guys like Zach Wheeler, Michael Walker's doing pretty good things. And I mean, the first matchup against the Angels, Kyle Bradish, 8 innings, 9 strikeouts. And then against the Nationals, Kyle Bradish, not so good. I have to say, Ashton, just so you know, I've been praying. I've been praying to Ty Cobb. I've been praying to the baseball gods that Kyle Bradish just sucks the rest of the season for you, because he did for me. And I'm a little bitter about the fact that you got 2 of his best starts. A little upset about it. Just so you know. So if you feel that little tingle down your back next time Kyle Bradish goes out and he fucks up your whip and ERA, prayers are being answered. Okay? Anyways, moving on. Congrats to Ashton. Let me back up. And then I'll get right into his matchup. Happy birthday, Eric. Happy birthday. How old are you today? 49? Almost 50. Wow. Ooh, goodness. I don't know why this has been bouncing off my brain. Your son's birthday's in June. Your birthday's in June. You and your mom and your family, y'all just fuck like at the same time, and then just decades later. And wasn't Ashton like a product of like something Ray and I had going on? Like a bachelorette party, yeah. For Ray. Wonder what was going on 49 years ago and 10 months. What would have happened? What month is that? What is 10? What is 6? So What was that?
Sat in the bun a lot longer.
No. But what was your bachelorette party?
That's what I'm saying. He sat in there longer than EJ. I don't remember. Because he should have been born before Harden.
But what?
I don't remember.
What month was your bachelorette party?
I don't.
It had to have been September because we got married in September, and typically you have a bachelorette party a couple weeks. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. That makes sense. 10. What was Aunt Terry doing in September of 19? It's 78, right? Is it 78 or 77? I can't remember.
77
if he's 49. Maybe Ray's older than you. Maybe that's it. I can't remember. Anyways.
I thought we were the same age.
They are the same age. So you're 48, she's 48. Happy birthday. And I'm just curious what my aunt was doing in September of 1978 or 1977. Anyways, moving on. The curiosity factor doesn't really need to be there. I know what the hell she was doing. Making a baby. There you go. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the birthday boy and his matchup. Well, he did it again, didn't he? Just bitched his way into getting that dub, and he just, this was a really good matchup between him and Brian. Very 1 inning difference, 1.78 ERA to 1.94, 0.98 whip, 0.99 whip. Tied in quality starts, tied in wins. The difference here was 6-3 in the saves plus holds. He got 3 from Johan Duran, 1 from the aforementioned Mason Miller, 2 from Cade Smith. It was just the offense that technically it was a split. 3 categories to Brian, 3 to Eric. But 1 run, 1 RBI separated the two. I don't know if either one of you benched. Oh, you got Nasim Nunez? I didn't know you picked him up. Fucker. What? Anyways. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, Eric, not a lot of big offensive output, Willem Contreras, Pete Alonso, Jonathan Aranda. Those were your home run hitters. Nothing from Royce Lewis, Juan Soto, Jordan Walker's kind of tapered off, Christian Yelich, but pitching, that's where it's at. Sonny Gray. How about that Boston Yankees series? Come on. You just got swept 4 games by Boston, and that pitching staff looked good. I would know. I have 3 of their pitchers on my team. I did at one point have Sonny Gray as well, but, trades happen. So how about Foster Griffin? Just a name flying underneath the radar. Ride that horse as long as you can, because Ryan Weathers, he goes and picks him up. Not looking good for Jose Soriano. Isn't it crazy? You got him from Brian, and he fucks you against, pitching against Brian, and it almost cost you, but it didn't. Then on the flip side, Yamamoto, Eduardo Rodriguez, Logan Webb again. So Logan Webb just broke the spell. He pitched a complete game shutout last week, then goes and pitches against the Braves, who just suck dick right now, and, got some really good numbers from everybody out there that's on his team. But it wasn't enough, and swinging and missing took the matchup 7-3. I do not remember, but I think you two played each other in week 3, and that was a flip-flop. So 9-3 in week 3 for Brian. And speaking of Ashton, I can't remember when you took over the team, but you did lose to Jason 8-5, and now you hold the tiebreaker if, in fact, you do make the playoffs, and so does Jason. So that's big. And let's go into another revenge. That would be troubleshooters versus Mentor, because that's week 13. Okay. Troubleshooters versus Rally Monkeys. Troubleshooters got the win and also now holds the tiebreaker. Jesus is still in the contention for the championship rounds of playoffs. Here we go. Rally Monkeys got one home run, and on Sunday was boasting about his victory, or winning rather, not victory, but winning. Well, you ended up losing, sir, but let me tell you, 48 innings pitched to 70, to Walker, 70 innings pitched. Both of you gentlemen had very high ERAs. Now, I'll go ahead and say it because I always say it. This is Walker's ERA, and we're about to hit a high. Yippee. That's all I'm going to say. Because he just got rid of somebody that actually is costing him, and that would be Garrett Cole, who, where are we at? Garrett Cole, 8.38 ERA. So, let me just say, because I was around when that trade was going down, Eric was all excited. Eric, sorry, dude, you got hosed. Garrett Cole is dog shit, okay? He's just like Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer. Time to retire, okay? It's time to put you out to pasture, okay? There's some other Garretts out there that are better than you, sir. Time for you to GO. But whatever. Anyways, moving on. Dylan Cease also cost him a little bit. But Eric or Walker doesn't matter. He's got Jacob Mizorowski, Jacob DeGrom, Tarek Skubal, Chris Sale, Hunter Brown. He's about to get Blake Snell back. He's got Garrett Crochet. He's fine. He's fine, everybody. Don't you guys, don't you do it. Don't you, cry a little, And by the way, Eric Walker, to give a little reply to your whole everybody, wants me to lose. Dude, you're number one. Okay? You're number one. So you kind of put that target on your back when you are number one. Everybody talks shit to me when I'm number one. Everybody talks shit to me when I'm 12th place. Let's just face it. Everybody's always like, oh, he's got a podcast, so let's talk shit about him. But yeah, you guys all love to we all talk shit. The only one that doesn't talk shit is Scott. He's quiet as a church mouse. Nick, he'll come in every now and again, stab you. He's like a little, fucking midget in prison. He'll just shiv you real quick and then run back into his little rat hole. Excuse me. But back to this matchup. Really, not a lot of offense for either of you two gentlemen. Jack Caglione put up some big numbers. Not big numbers, but he put up numbers. Pete Crow Armstrong. That was it. Nothing from Naylor, Terang. By the way, nothing from Terang, nothing from Colson Montgomery. CJ Abrams has gone down. Andy Pajes, nothing. That's all right, though. He got the victory, 7-5, and that's Jesus. But again, Walker's going to have a bounce back week. That's just how it goes. Because, let's get into it. Let's keep talking about, speaking of Scott, let's do that one. Scott versus Shane. This was another, good matchup. I think I dubbed it the co-matchup of the week or the matchup of the week. I can't remember. Mandalorian's has got some offense. Oh my gosh. His team is just fucking stupid. What Aaron Judge? Unlike the Yankees, his team's not suffering from Aaron Judge not being on it. Ryan O'Hearn, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Nick Kurtz had an off week. Oh no, darling. But no matter. He's getting Willie Castro, Willie Adames, Kazuma Akamoto hitting home runs this week. Christian, every single one of his batters except Nick Kurtz hit home run. And I believe he benched Kerry Carpenter because Kerry Carpenter had a grand slam on the 27th. And on the 26th, he had a home run. So he was benching him. I guess he played him maybe Sunday. But had he played that dude, good Lord. But Shane's glad he didn't because that would have been probably a tie had he. But 29 tied the runs. He got 11-8. These were close stats between the two in the batting. Pitching, another, these are solid numbers from both of these guys, 2.03 to 2.19. So this was a very close matchup indeed. And I believe Scott still holds Scott by a long shot from week 3, 9-3 over Shane. So yeah, he holds the tiebreaker if Shane can also make it into the top 6. Let's talk about another matchup that was revenged, and that was Jazz and them Tatis versus Benchwarmers. Now, Josh, just because I just mentioned it, and I have been mentioning it, you still hold the tiebreaker, sir, over Nick. But this one was pretty close. 8-8 in the home runs. Josh was able to take the runs and the RBIs. They tied in stolen bases. But Nick had the better pitching week. 4 wins, 3.42 on the ERA, 1.112 on the whip. They both tied in the quality starts, and Josh was able to take saves plus holds. Manny Machado is, he's better on your team. Just put it that way. I mean, you want to talk about a recycling of players doing something. Brandon Lau, Manny Machado, Seiya Suzuki, you name it. There they are. Just a recycled bunch of batters from other teams. Wilson Contreras doing things for you. And then you look at Nick, and he's just solid, man. Freddie Freeman, Fernando Tatis, Jazz Chisholm. Did anybody see the Jazz Chisholm thing where he's out there at second base and he notices a lump in front of the base, and it's the dirt cam. And he proceeds to start like kicking it and piling up dirt in front of it. And he's like, the game gets put on a delay for like 15 fucking minutes. Where is this guy? Like, does he live on planet fucking Earth? Because has he not played like that? They're not the only state. He was not he was not in New York. But this dirt cam thing is across the board, I believe, just about at every single one of the Major League Baseball parks. And like, come on, man! Like, what are you doing? Like, leave it alone. Your eyes can tell you what a camera looks like, and you're sitting there. It's not the same color, and you're just fucking shit up. And then you stop the whole game. You get the grounds crew to come out, like, look at this, and they're like, yeah, dumbass, it's a fucking camera. Leave it alone. It's looking at you when you're batting. What are you going to do? He's such a, and then like in that same game, he like puts one of the fucking, what do we call it? Blow pops? Yeah, blow pop in his mouth and brings it out to second and plays with it. It's like, dude, number one, what the fuck, dude? Like, let's say you go to dive and that fucking stick is in your mouth. Ow, you're probably going to die. So maybe take it out. I don't know. Let's be an adult here. Let's kind of think a little bit, I don't know, not outside of the box. I'm just saying, let's have some common fucking sense, dumbass. Like, what are you doing? Can somebody just sit him down and be like, hey, when are you going to grow up? Because you're kind of embarrassing yourself, and you kind of, you got a lot of talent, but you're also a fucking dumbass. I don't know. Maybe there just needs to be a player, I don't know, advisor or something. And that all that the advisor does is advises these players on how to mature and grow up a little bit. Like, hey, dumbass, don't be disrespectful to the game and play with a fucking blow pop in your mouth, you dumb fuck. Some dude that I was listening to on a podcast was like, yeah, but people go up there with chewing gum. And I've been a little crazy. Like, why would you go up there with a wad full of sunflower seeds at bat, and then you're expected to run the bases? Do people not breathe through their mouth? Like, why would you want something that could cut your esophagus? Like, you people are stupid. Anyways, sorry, I just that popped right in my head. And Jazz is just, and then he gets ejected last night. That was funny. Probably cost your team the win. I mean, you're a talented baseball player. Yeah, you're going to sit up there and argue. I don't remember. I guess it was balls and strikes or some shit like that. But it happens all the time. And then the whole Boston, New York, like benches clearing, I was like, wow, you two teams pull it together. Oh, what the fuck? Anyways, I forgot what we were talking about. Nick won. over Josh, 5-4. There you go. There you go. Moving on. Last matchup. Let's talk about it. Ray doesn't want to talk about it. It's fine. I had a big offensive week. We'll talk about it. Here we go. I want to talk about a couple of players that just had like big offensive weeks, one of which wasn't even rostered until today. I got to just say, Brian, it's like, all right, but did you see what he didn't do after? And I'm talking about Dansby Swanson. Yeah, Dansby had a crazy 2-game series against the Mets, put up some big-ass numbers, and then he went right back to being the shitty-ass player he's been. Nothing, nada, zip, zilch. The boy ain't doing shit, okay? That's why it was free city on the waivers. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, Junior Caminero. Holler at your boy. I never should have traded you. Welcome back. 8 runs, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, and a fucking partridge in a pear tree. Thank you, sir, for doing the Lord's work and spreading the good news. But can we get some other people to start fucking doing some home runs? Like, I don't know, Kyle Tucker. I benched your ass and then you do shit. I play it, you don't do shit. Julio Rodriguez. Let's do some stuff, okay? Matt Olson's probably just going to hit from now on. I mean, he's got a, like, nobody's carrying the Braves, okay? Because there is no Braves. Drake Baldwin is dog shit right now. He is just getting out, striking out in an abnormal. Like, did he go down to the IL, get reamed with something just that had like knee like sharp edges in his, and just did he lose the ability to bat? And Walker, I'm pulling for the kid. I love watching him play. My God. And then let's come on, Braves. Pull your head out of your fucking ass. Ha-Seong Kim is doo-doo. Holy shit, I think he's batting like 0-6-0. And you want to say oh, but his defense is good. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Okay, because we need some offense. We're getting shut out every other day. We're praying for a fucking Dominic Smith home run, and he's not putting those up anymore. It's like, dude, get your head out of your ass. The Phillies are fucking coming. And if you don't want to pay attention to the fact that your fucking roster is dog shit right now, you need to just stop what you're doing and just say, yeah, we give up. Make a fucking trade or something. Jesus Christ. I would take Anthony Volpe right now, but the Yankees aren't going to trade him. But Jesus, get out of your own fucking way. Anyways, moving on. Ray took a beating, but that's all right because she made me pay for it, and she did some stuff. I can't mention it. It's just hard to sit down. It's hard to sit down. Yeah. Anyways, she's got a good team, guys. Like I've been saying, I mean, it's a strong. She only lost by 2 runs. Yes, the RBIs, but I mean, again, I have one dude do 15 fucking RBIs. If he ain't on my roster, I lose. Wait, I win by 1. Sorry, that math. I win by 1. There we go. Anyways, I win by 1. I got 1:54. I got to hurry up. Let me just be very transparent. I told her Bryce Elder's got to go because I'm watching the Braves. I know this motherfucker got away with it, and now he's not getting away with it. And guess what? He fucked her. He fucked her though. She had this ERA and the whip in the bag. It was hers. He fucked her, and there you go. And I bench Michael King, who is looking more like Michael Queen. And had she not played Bryce Elder, or had she dropped Bryce Elder, she would have been winning. I would have been forced to want to play Michael King, praying to the good Lord, and would have lost anyways. And I didn't. So there you go. It all comes down to whatever. But I don't know what whatever is. But yeah, I made the smart move, I guess, in my opinion, of dropping his ass. I think she's got Logan Henderson fixing to come back. Struck out 7 and allowed 1 hit and 1 walk. Yep, Sunday's rehab, so he's on the way. Cool deal. Anyways, got 45 seconds left. I'm going to put a link in the description. I hope that you guys actually check this out. So, real quick, the Mets, one of their on-field guys is talking about the firing of Mendoza. And the mascot comes behind the dude as he's having like somewhat of a serious conversation, starts doing this little fucking dance and shit. It's hilarious because the guy paid him no mind, but it just goes to show how fucked up that organization is too. Like, can nobody maybe tell that dude, hey, don't go out there and act like a fucking dumbass? Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great week. Happy birthday, Eric. Oh shit, sorry, I got more to say. What am I talking about? My bad, people. We gotta talk about this week. I went on too many rants. I apologize. My bad. It's Ray's fault again. Talk about it later. Anyways, Ashton, going back to you, sir. You might be on your way, kid. I don't know. Are you on your way? Let's talk about it. Week 15 looks like this. Myself and Rally Monkeys will be facing off against one another. Some might say this is the matchup of the week. Others might say, nah, not so much. I am one of those in the latter. Not so much. We all know. I already know. It's already written. Walker, congratulations. Okay, because I already know you had a bad week last week. You're going to have a good week this week. Yay. Okay. Shane versus Jesus. Josh versus Jason. Jasmine Tatis versus Agents of Chaos. Ashton versus Scott. Ray versus Eric. Now, I already know. Eric is chomping at the bit. He saw the matchup from last week. He's saying to himself right now, it's my birthday, and I'm going to beat that hoe. And like I've been pointing out, Eric, you're going to fuck around and find out. If she doesn't drop Bryce Elder, you won't have a problem. But
I'm dropping Bryce Elder.
She's dropping Bryce Elder. But matchup of the week. Let's see. We've got two matchups with two top 6 teams. But then you've got Shane versus Jesus. And you've also got Ashton versus Scott. I'm going to say that it's going to be Shane versus Jesus. That's going to be the matchup of the week. But I'm also going to say that Ashton, if you want it, here it is. Because I have been saying nothing but positive things about Scott. And Scott's offense is stupid. Your pitching has been ramping it up. So this could easily be a tie, 6-6. But if your offense can put together a pretty good week and you put together a pretty good pitching matchup, it might be yours, kid. And if you take down, I think in the last you've been winning, right? Last week, 9-3. The week before that, you lost by 1. The week before that, you beat your dad. The week before that, you beat me, I believe. Yeah. The week before that, you lost to Jesus. And I believe the week before that, you lost to Walker. So, but the thing is, you're winning. And you're on your way. Week 15, still got some time. But this is a big week because we only got 7 weeks left in the regular season. That's just crazy to think about. 7 weeks in the regular season. So are you on your way? Speaking of which, let's talk about it. Now 2.5 games up is Rally Monkeys over Josh. Half a game above me is Josh. 2 games up over Jesus is myself. 1 game difference between Jesus and Jason. 2.5 games is Mandalorians behind Jason. Now, was that 6? Yeah. 6 games back is now Brian. 1 game back from Brian is Eric. Half a game back from Eric is Shane. 2 games back from Shane is Ashton. Half a game back from Ashton is Nick. And 6 games back from Nick is Ray. Nobody's eliminated yet. Still anybody's. It's time to be aggressive. Trades. They're your friends. Maybe. Maybe not. Ask fucking Josh. Okay? And no, Josh, don't point at me and say, ask Casey. I told him to go to you, bitch. Let's look at how those weeks went back in week 4. Myself beat Rally Monkeys. I believe it was a Sunday prayer, 7-5. Shane lost to Jesus, 7-3. Josh beat Jason, 7-5. Nick beat Brian, 7-4. Ashton's team at the time, again, I don't remember, but you took down Mandalorian 6-4, and Ray and Eric tied. So there you go. That's your week 4 recap. This is week 15. What will people do? All right, everybody. Now I will let you guys go and get the hell up out of here. I think I talked about everything. Time to be aggressive. We had some huge weeks from players like Dansby Swanson, Luis Garcia, and Junior Caminero. We have a new last place. Mets funny moment. Trades real life. Yeah, trades real life. Like, it's going to be happening. I always love this time because if a good pitcher is on a bad team and then they go to a contending team, what ends up happening? And I'm like what I was talking about earlier. I think Sonny Gray would be a great fit in Atlanta. They got to do something, man, because they're grasping at straws here. And Grant Holmes is now in the bullpen because he's not the answer. Ronaldo Lopez was put in the bullpen because he's not the answer. Bryce Elder is on his way to the bullpen because he's not the fucking answer. And you don't know about these young arms either. AJ Smith-Shawver might be coming back. Spencer Schwellenbach might be coming back. You got Hurston Waldrop, who is in the bullpen. They're probably trying to build him up to come back to start. But you got to do something. Spencer Strider ain't doing shit. And Chris Sale, every time he goes out there and pitches, it's against another ace, and that ace ends up winning. All right, guys. Now you can get the hell up out of here. Go do something with your life. Stop watching this podcast. Gee. It's the motherfucking player.
Player haters.
Oh, yeah.
Player haters.